Geomologist Presents. We have a special treat for you today. We're going to do an interlude. An interlude we don't want to take away from the real time in the game where we play. Our games are usually scheduled Tuesday, 7:30 Central, and we wanted to do something a little extra that might take some time, but it probably won't, to set up what's going to happen in the next session, I think. No. Well, yeah, the next session, although recording wise, right, we've only done, as of the recording of this, Amy will correct me if I'm wrong, we've only published, we published the tunnels, we published part 1 of the attack on the convoy, and then part 2 is coming out this Tuesday, correct?
Correct.
But this is an interlude. So the time is, what is that? Amy is a log keeper. There, I have it up here, right? Day 63, 49 days in Krakow, which add another 2 weeks to that, and that's the number of days since the Battle of Kalitz, where the characters began the campaign and they learned that they were on their own, well, the survivors, who later became the Free Krakow Coalition. So it is September 19th, around 10 a.m. The Hind, with its crew of Ren, Filipowicz, Kasia, Volkov, one of his soldiers, and then the pilot Vlad, have flown the Hind to the camp of this another Soviet kind of renegade displaced group, and this is the same group that has that Kasia and Sam discovered and recruited, that has the howitzer. We could show you down here. There's a howitzer, but we'll jump back there. And the howitzer and all the other rest of the Free Krakow Coalition is already in this place called Silesh, which is built on the ruins of the ruins of Warsaw. And their target is this guy. I'm going to ping shift you again, Amy. That guy, the Black Baron at Shrod Mishla, let's say. So in the Tunnels episode, a group of Americans and Moktavians went through the tunnels and rescued prisoners. Among the prisoners were injured Marines that had been used as leverage, so that back when the Free Krakow Coalition fought the Admiral, that they discovered some Marines were among them, and they were being used as leverage for these Marines to fight against, or to fight for the Baron against the Admiral. And there are also other Marines, apparently a whole, not a full platoon, but a couple squads of Marines that are making up a quote-unquote platoon that work there. So they finally did this, and that was led by Sergeant Garcia and Stephen Reed. And they, along with the Marines they recruited from before, North, Green, and Webb, went through the tunnels with the Moktavians and rescued their fellow Marines, and rescued some prisoners that were also being held, some Polish prisoners and some Russian prisoners that were being held by the Black Baron to use as leverage, or torture and gain information and all that kind of stuff. So it was a very successful operation. And the rest of the group, after the convoy stuff, they traveled back, rested, refueled, and then traveled here to the ruins of Warsaw, Silesh. So we're near the conclusion of the ruins of Warsaw. But this interlude, again, the Hind is in the camp of the Soviet camp, which is actually somewhere this way, off the map. This way. And they have a little break. They've gotten some rest, slept in the Hind. So Kasia, I guess, who instigated this little interlude, which are fun to have. There are a lot of games have them. Savage Worlds, Walking Dead. So Kasia has taken St. Florian aside to walk among the rubble of this ruin of Warsaw, where they had many memories before, was a big ruin, and hopefully they will have good memories, exciting memories in the future. All right.
Mhm.
So Kasia, you're taking St. Florian away. Ren, as he's called, we call him St. Florian. He was known as a rising star in the Polish soccer, known as the Saint on the field. But he came upon hard times, correct?
I don't know what hard times he came upon.
Well, hard times. He didn't make it. Well, the war broke out as he was being raised, moving up in the ranks. He was gonna go pro or play at least possibly not just for the national team of Poland, but for La Liga, the Warsaw team. But then the war started.
He was on
Saint
the practice squad. He
Yeah,
is getting ready.
so Saint Florian, you know, he as a good Polish patriot, he joined he joined the military. He became a commando. He was there at Shestashova when it was destroyed. One of the few survivors of that conflict held out, and some would say maybe caused the NATO to destroy Shestashova because the monastery that he and his fellow commandos held out in would not give in. So yeah. And Kasha, I guess, presumed him dead.
Yes,
So
she
now,
was told.
right? So she was told. So then, during the course of the Black Madonna in the tunnels underneath this blown up monastery, while the Free Krakow Coalition were looking for the Black Madonna, they encountered this revenant who almost killed them,
It was not his fault.
and they almost killed him. He got shot in the
That was our fault.
he got shot in the body. He got hit in the head. Kasha performed some miraculous triage, then later did surgery, and St. Florian, I guess, had the will to survive. So there's a combination of great medicine roles and endurance roles from Florian. So, and then for a long time, I mean, I guess he was recuperating, not knowing where he was, in a painkiller, morphine induced state. But now he is, I mean, he's been out of that for at least 20, 21 days, right?
About 2 weeks.
3 weeks, I think.
Well, he's been out of coma about 2 weeks.
No, it's longer than that.
Well, I woke him up. I talked to him. Still worried about incision. He agreed, go back to sleep for a little bit. And then everything happened. We get to Altavak.
Yep.
And that is when he said he felt good enough to fight.
And that was about a week ago.
Just about.
Yep. So yeah, so all right. So he probably Saint Florian Ren, um, he's still trying to figure things out. But Kasha here has pulled him aside after they've rested. It's going to be uh, a waiting game until they decide to assault the Baron. Hopefully, they have the element of surprise. So
I
Ren,
hope.
go ahead.
I hope we do have element of surprise. I
Yes.
have known Ren many, many years. 11 since college.
Yep. And Ren knew who she was, right? They never formally went on a date. Kasha being a trainer
His
for
trainer.
his trainer for the college team, but always there at the parties, always at the group things. Of course, she had a hangers on, right?
Yes,
Kasha's ride and die.
that's what he said. That
Yeah,
was never Kash's opinion.
but that person was Jonesy, and he has since passed away.
Yes.
So
He also
now,
was friends with Ren loosely.
sort of,
Loosely.
yeah. So the other curious thing that we've learned is that um, in the fiction, Florian Filipowicz is the brother of Julian Filipowicz, who is the current Margrave and warlord of Cilicia. So that is something perhaps for the future. Anyway, Brent says, so Kasia, you've taken me aside. It's been a long 10 days. Memories flood in, they go out. Are they real? I don't know. I was in the dark for 2 years, 3 years.
Yes, about 2 years. It has been a long time. But I am concerned. Is your head okay? You're not having headaches or spots in your eyes?
No, I'm fine. You and Fuentes
Yes,
made sure I
kind.
recovered despite the objections of some of your companions.
They just don't know you like I know you.
I'm shocked at Jonesy didn't go in there and stick a needle in one of my veins or something.
He knows
He
that
never liked me.
that you never liked him either. I
I mean,
felt like I was always between the two of you, fight between the two of you. But you know for a fact, Ren, you had me at first wink.
well, Jonesy, I guess, was, let's say, possessive,
A little bit.
but
Just a little.
but nothing could have happened then. It just wouldn't have been. I was trying to protect you, Kasia. You know how that goes. You wouldn't want to be that trainer.
No, I would not want to be that trainer, but bigger part of that was, as you know, my parents were killed by KGB and they assimilated me into their ranks, make me an assassin, threaten me. It would not have been safe. But now it seems they are under control. I guess that's one good thing that came from the war. I am
I,
free now.
I don't know. The Russians have never been kind to Poles, and I am shocked that we've gotten along so well with Volkov and his men. Or for that matter, the howitzer crew and them. I don't know. You have a way, Kasia, I guess.
But honey, are we not all Polish now? There is not much left of Russia. Barely anything left of our Warsaw. Where we stand is where that coffee shop we went to, when you would walk me back to my dorm room after training practice. This is where we would sit and talk.
I couldn't tell you.
It is. I do have something for you. I will give you this. When you signed with Lesia Warsaw, I took the clipping and I put it in plastic and I carry it with me. It is the last picture I have of you, of your parents, and Julian and you when you were signing the contract. I want you to have it.
He has a faraway look. My parents, the German third, blew them up in Czestochowa, I think.
You know that there's nothing you could have done to help that, right?
I guess if we would have surrendered.
No. It was bound to happen. Your parents were wonderful people. They were so supportive. But it is not your fault. I think you blame yourself. I blame myself for my parents' death for a long time. I just wanted somebody to hold me, let me cry, and tell me not my fault. But no one was there.
He
But I am here for you.
says, I do not even think I've had time to grieve. At least Jonesy apologized. I think Garcia, in her own way, apologized too. I think she told me she was there.
Maybe. I was not, my love. I was in Kalitz. I was tending to bodies. They came in and told me when I was in Moscow that I had a new assignment. And they told me more or less, that I was assigned to assassinate you. Enemy number one. But then
That was back before the war, though.
a little before the war.
Sure, yeah, you know.
But you are Poland's golden boy. They do what you ask.
It was, I'm sure it was the solidarity thing.
Possibly. But I would not have done it. You
What
know
if?
that.
What
But
if?
then when I went to get my assignment and the piece that I was supposed to be given, they told me it was resolved and that NATO had eliminated you. It was so hard.
So they still wanted to kill me even when Poland and Russia and the Soviets were on the same side.
Were we ever on the same side? NATO's not on anybody's side. Either way, I died inside, Ren. And I gave in to my heartache and I became numb. But now that I know you are not dead, I can breathe again.
He kind of doesn't know what to say, really. Because I don't know, Kasia, maybe it's been too long, but not enough time. I know that doesn't make sense, but that is the way we talk here, right? In Poland. Riddles sometimes, because I did not even remember the really who I was until, well, kicking the ball with those kids. What was that, 3, 4 days ago?
Few days. But you don't have
That's
to remember who you are right now.
that football game was awesome, though.
It was.
We really took it to them.
Did.
You should have bet on us.
I don't know that it would have been a good idea. To take his hind away from him? Yes, I love the helicopter and now I know how to fly helicopter, but it was more important for me to make sure that we establish peace, rebuild Poland.
Well, it makes sense. He says he says Volkov. He says Volkov is one of your rabbits now, I guess.
I have no rabbit. I want friend. And I would like to give you a hug if you'll accept.
We'll give you a hug.
To throw his arms around.
Yep.
And hold him.
Yep.
I do not know how to help you get your memories back, but I will tell you this.
I think
I
my
love
brother. Go ahead. Sorry.
I loved you then, and I love you now. And
He's like,
whenever you decide your memories are back, I will always be here for you.
oh, he looks at that. He says, I know I had feelings for you then, but it's been too. I'm not whole yet. Doesn't my brother doesn't probably thinks I'm dead also? Am I
I
still
am
a
sure he
ghost?
does.
I'm
He
still a
is,
ghost.
these things will work themselves out.
And of course, like any good uh rom-com or war romance, I guess. War romance, not a rom-com, definitely. Any good war romance, as you are embracing and staring at each other, someone says, Kasia, Kasia, and you see Weber coming towards you.
Yes, what is it, Weber?
No, it's not Weber, it's Webb. There you go. Bring in Webb to the front. Just Kasia, Kasia, we got him out. Um, we think we can turn him north green. We talked with the first sergeant, or yeah, we've called they call him the first. They call Reed the first sergeant, even though he's staff sergeant. But we've talked with the first sergeant, and thinks we can turn him. He thinks we can turn him. We had a code. If we were able to ever to get away, we
What do
should
you
use it.
need to reach them?
It says more of like a NATO radio. We're close
I,
enough. We're definitely close enough. We don't have to use a vehicle radio. Doesn't have to be a band that the she points towards the towards the building. a band that the Black Baron can overhear, and we have a code. They'll think it's nothing.
You take my radio.
Right. I guess it's in the so she takes it, and I don't want to do it because I don't think we want to do it until it's close. I don't, you know.
Well,
So maybe
it is our plan to hit between 2:30 and 3. How long would it take them?
I think we tell them right when we're attacking. If they leave
That might not
beforehand,
keep them. Maybe 2 o'clock?
well, okay. If they sneak out, they sneak out. If they don't, well, they're Marines.
Well, I mean, do what you have to do, Webb. It
Because I'll
is,
talk to the guys and
yes.
we'll figure it out. All right. So Webb takes off, and there is a plan. And Ren says, Kasia, you have a way with people.
It is just because I learned it from you.
Who would have thought Americans, Soviets, Polish, Germans? Is there a Frenchman among us?
Not yet. They're having a little bit harder time with the war. But Ren, when this is over, we get to go home. I have apartment with many rooms. You stay there. We will have time for you to recuperate, get your memories back.
That would be nice.
But more than anything, peace. It is peaceful.
Peace would be good too.
I know you never really liked Krakow. You always said that their football team was inferior to you.
Well,
And you
yes,
could
but
beat them at any time with your hands behind your back, which you can't use your hands in football anyways. But did you know the field is still there?
really?
Yes.
Well, I guess we'll have to have a rematch. He looks over at Volkov. You see Volkov and Vlad are coming in towards your direction too. Just to and Vlad says, Kasia, we need to go over the plan again.
Okay.
We found a we found a place where we can, he points to like a lean-to nearby. Says these troops made us a lean-to so we could plan.
Do you trust the little lean-to? Could we
That's
not
fine.
just...
Yeah, it's fine. No, I mean it's just to get out. It's fine. It's fine. You see like Webb talking to the CIA agent over there. You can't remember his name, Johnson, who knows? And then they're like talking about looking at both radios and stuff like that, and the CIA agent, he seems really intrigued. When he nods his head, he gives Kasia, Ren, and Volkov and Vlad a thumbs up. And I think we'll cut it there. Any last words, Kasia?
No, she would just put her hand out to hold Ren's.
All right. So then with that, Ren and Kasia walk holding hands to go over the plan once again. And we'll stop there. All right. So thank you so much for listening. This has been an interlude in our Twilight 2000 game of Tales of the Free Krakow Coalition. Thank you, Amy. You can talk normal voice now.
I can.
And that was kind of cool. Gives me some great ideas for the future. And will this war romance blossom? Well, Ren and Kasia survive. They have a really good plan, but you know the adage, no plan survives first contact. All right, any last words, Amy?
No.
Cool. Well, then I will sign off. Thank you so much for listening. This has been the Geomologist Presents. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. What do you
And
think of
share.
What do you think of war romance in your RPGs? That would be pretty awesome. For romance in your RPGs, war romances in general. And we'll be back soon. Part 2 is coming up of the convoy fight battle. It's crazy. And then soon, very soon, the battle for the ruins of Warsaw. So you can, other than dropping me a line there, I do have a podcast. The link is going to be also on our YouTube channel, and there you can also check it out, comment. You can contact me by, there's a SpeakPipe account link to that. You can drop me a line on various Discords, voice message or whatever, and you can email me at geomologist@gmail.com. And with that, what do we say, Amy?
Good night and good rolling.